One more match. Reigns and Rollins. That's it, one more match. Like there's not another one over there. Heyman, you're up.
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Devon. I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth Freakin Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble,
right
will
now,
Roman survive
but it doesn't seem like the music wanted to play. That's kind of why I was being quiet for a minute to try and let the chords hit. But
is the greatest champion of
oh
all
well.
time.
or things in the world.
business. And tonight,
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Yeah, not much can be said about their rivalry for the two of them in WWE. Prior to WWE, Roman Reigns was attempting to make a career in football, but then got knocked out with a bad bout of leukemia and ended up in WWE I don't necessarily know what it was for. It was kind of like, I need something new, keep me in shape, and wrestling is a big family business for the Samoan dynasty, so that's what they went with, and he went and did that. Longest reigning WWE Universal Champion, I believe, 6-time World Champion in WWE, 2-time Intercontinental
for
Champion,
17 months,
1-time
Roman
United
Reigns has
States
dominated
Champion,
everyone. And luckily for Roman, he's had a special counsel and his cousins to help him keep cool, keep focused, and concentrate on the business at hand.
Okay, 4-time World Champion.
And the Usos
He
are
only held
guarded from
the
ringside.
US and
And
IC
without those
titles
calming
once.
forces, Corey, cracks started to form last night in Roman's armor.
He
No telling how
held
Roman's
the
going to
tag
handle
title
things
once
on
with
his own.
Rollins as
It's
member of
been
the
years
Shield.
since he competed on his own, but that's the
That's what it was.
situation we're seeing
While
right
he's
now
playing in
for the Tribal
football.
Chief.
While playing football. He was drafted in 2007 to the Vikings before being diagnosed with leukemia and physical. So, during the physical for the Vikings,
In
diagnosed with
recent weeks,
leukemia,
Seth Rollins touched on the one thing that Roman Reigns
Jaguars
has
picked him up in
not been
07,
able to get over.
and then
The
released him
dissolution
before
of the
the start of
Shield
the season.
at the
And then he
hands
went to
of Seth
Canada.
Rollins.
And did
Roman
some stuff in
Reigns
the
is a
Canadian
loyal
Football
man,
League before
a
bouncing around
family
there.
man, and what Seth
Before
Rollins did
eventually
to his
saying, you know
family
what,
was
this
cowardly
isn't going to
in
work.
the eyes of the
He
head of the
left,
table,
went to
the Tribal
WWE,
Chief,
but went
the
to professional
man who was
wrestling.
blessed by the
And the
gods
rest
of
is
sports entertainment.
history. Running around, he's primarily a WWE guy. He is homegrown as homegrown gets. In the developmental territories they had for the longest time, FCW, before it was eventually revamped into NXT, long after it was rebranded to
Corey, on
NXT
SmackDown last
himself,
night, we saw one thing
along
that
with
we haven't seen out of Roman
Seth
Reigns.
Rollins
We
and
saw Roman
Dean
Reigns
Ambrose, who
lose his
is currently
cool.
under the name John Moxley in All Elite Wrestling, and is not mentioned in here because he is not signed with the company, ended up as members of the Shield. And they ran roughshod over WWE for about a year and a half. During which, that's when Roman and Rollins won their tag titles. Dean Ambrose won the United States Championship, and at the time was the longest reigning United States champion at 351 days before losing it in a battle royal of all things. Up and down the card, these three, they attacked everybody. And initially brought on as kind of enforcers for CM Punk during his historic 434 WWE World Championship reign. So that's what I'm saying about that. Speaking of the Shield,
Look at
Seth Rollins.
this. Even more mind games from Rollins.
This
As we heard that
match,
music pop right there, the Shield. You can't help but have a little nostalgia.
because
You can't help but think back to the glory days
at
when
the
the Shield
time,
would go to
Seth
town,
Rollins, whenever
beating
he
everybody down.
was kind of a master manipulator. He would wear gear
Freakin Rollins
designed to get in your head.
decided to tear it apart.
In this case, he wore the Shield gear, came
Seth
out to the
Rollins
Shield
says he knows
music, the
Roman
Shield
Reigns so
come
well.
on,
He knows how to
and the
prey
Shield
on the
entrance coming
insecurities
through
of
the
the Universal
crowd.
Champion. He knew there was one
With his
thing
own
that Reigns
personal
will
flair,
never get
of course,
over.
like
That
that.
is that Seth Rollins chose to end
What was
the
really
Shield.
funny,
The
and you kind of
infamous
saw this in the
blow to
first
the back of
episode,
Roman Reigns with a
during
steel
the
chair many
Cody
years ago,
Rhodes and Roman
which broke
Reigns,
up perhaps the greatest
bit
faction in
when he came out
WWE
with Shield
history.
gear.
Well, tonight,
Believe
Rollins
what
will
he had
use that to
said
get in the head of the champ
during
and win the
an
Universal
interview
title.
Someone asked me if he still had the old Shield gear. Turns out he didn't have it. His mom had it. And they had to get it from Iowa, where he lived, to, I don't even remember where this Royal Rumble was, but got to that city and it was beeline there. But it made it in time for the match, which was the important thing.
The Universal Championship! Introducing the challenger from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Freakin Rollins! And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
And that title, the WWE Universal Championship,
Sometimes you know
has been in
it's
Reigns'
best not
possession
to
for a
talk.
record-breaking 516
That was
days.
one of those
Can he extend
moments
the reign even
where
further
I
tonight?
realized it was best not to talk.
Between two former
So,
leaders, Roman Reigns and his record 516
on to
day
Seth
reign as
Rollins.
Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins, donned in the old gear that they used to wear in the
His
Shield.
bit of career, and I can go into a bit of the field.
But he's even more
Seth
comfortable
Rollins
inside the head of the
was an
tribal
indie
chief.
guy.
We haven't
He
seen Roman with this
was
type of look, this type
in
of confusion
the
in
independent
500+
scene and had a
days.
brief
And that was a
stint
successful bit
in
of
Ring of
offensive
Honor,
maneuver.
where
And the wise man, Paul
he was
Heyman,
not Seth
will be
Rollins, he was
ringside
known
for a
as Tyler
championship
Black.
match tonight, just
So
not
Ring of Honor
this
and
one.
kind of the indie
That's
circuit,
just
he
sickening
was
to me, Cole. Reigns had
Tyler
just
Black.
cause for firing
Held the
wise man,
ROH
and now
World
Paul's
title,
right back with his old
the
client.
tag title with
Heyman
the guy
has
named Jimmy
zero loyalty
Jacobs,
to the Bloodline.
won their 2009 Survival of the Fittest tournament, which is kind of one of their big tournaments that's designed to basically just get you a world title shot. So that's basically what it was designed to do. It's to set up, hey, here's this, you win, you'll become #1 contender for the championship. Unless they decided to change it for a different championship. So, but it was primarily the world title. And his big, not really his big issue, why he didn't stay with Ring of Honor long after he won the title. Kind of had a very similar issue that somewhat plagued Ring of Honor for a while. They had a bad tendency of sometimes pulling the trigger. So like, oh, this guy's gonna be something, but put the belt on him. Nah, not yet. They kind of put the belt on them right before their contract was up, and it actually took them to stay. But a lot of them would leave and have better monetary opportunities with WWE, so they would see out the rest of their deal with the belt. So it's like, well, you knew they were going to lose it. But when CM Punk had another similar situation with Tyler Black when he did it, and he actually, in character, signed his WWE contract on the Ring of Honor World Championship belt, and then threatened to leave at the end of his contract with the Ring of Honor World Championship. And then he did the same thing in WWE 2011 at Money in the Bank. Threatened to leave the company with the WWE Championship. That second one was ultimately a bust. He ended up re-signing like 2 hours later. Like 2 hours before the event, he re-signed. So, kinda hard to take certain things like that. In addition to wrestling Seth Rollins, he also has his own wrestling school in Davenport, Iowa called Black and Brave Wrestling Academy, where they want to train a bunch of new wrestlers, which is understandable. That's nice. Other career feats that Seth Rollins has contained. Two-time Money in the Bank winner. He's the current as of recording this. A two-time Money in the Bank winner. First ever NXT champion in 2012. In addition to WWE Grand Slam champion, obviously the tag belts he held them with Reigns, he held them with Ambrose, as well as at one point Jason Jordan for a storyline reason. Yeah, Ambrose was hurt, he needed to defend the belt, so they kind of put him with Jason Jordan and said, good luck, champ, get him over. Yeah, it worked for a little bit, but then I think everyone was kind of like, well, we know the reason you're teaming together is to get him on the card more frequently, because they were trying to push Jason Jordan after a storyline that didn't fall flat, but people were kind of hit or miss on it. They had no legitimate stun angle with Kurt Angle, and it just, some people liked it, some people didn't, but then Jordan had a pretty bad neck injury that forced him to retire, and that basically everything got dropped in there. But what else? Rollins and Reigns, like, it's one of those things, if you are watching this and you've kept up with WWE, there's nothing I can say. Everything I'm saying is more to someone who has not seen them, who doesn't know who these two are. They are definitely the two faces of the current product. So it's very difficult to say terrible things about them. Not even terrible things, it's difficult to talk about them in the same way. Yep. Alright, I gotta knock that. Get out. Well, that worked. But no. Let's see, where else can I go with Rollins, or I guess we can cover Dean Ambrose a little bit, the third member of the Shield, while I'm talking about it. Currently known as John Moxley, he is another, again, Grand Slam champion. He held the tag belt with Rollins, won the IC title a handful of times, as well as the US title and the WWE Championship. They actually, at Money in the Bank 2017, Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose all won the WWE Championship. Well, Reigns went into the event holding the championship. Rollins won it from Reigns after attacking him at the previous pay-per-view Extreme Rules. Dean Ambrose, who won the Money in the Bank ladder match earlier that night, cashed in and claimed the belt. So, kind of a cool thing, they all won their first World Heavyweight Championship by pinning each other. They kind of talked about it a little bit with Heyman when Rollins cashed in his first Money in the Bank briefcase. First being he hasn't cashed in his second one yet, he just won it. Because it's like, I am recording this on July 16th at 12:30 when this is supposed to be up in 11 hours. Clearly I'm a great procrastinator, but he won the thing. Let's see, no, not that, the 5th. So he won it at the beginning of the month. And now, so yeah, obviously he hasn't cashed in, he just won it. But he's going to hold it for a while considering his knee had a hiccup at their most recent match. At Saturday Night's Main Event this past Saturday. And they gave him a custom briefcase, which usually means that we're not getting rid of this belt off you for a while.
After all these two
So, enjoy.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play.
Yes, well, because, oh yeah, this is going to be the ending of it. Most likely, to finish up the little coverage of Dean Ambrose, Grand Slam champion in WWE, currently kind of left WWE at the time when there was nowhere really left for him to go, except maybe Japan, and then got picked up by All Elite Wrestling, and has been there ever since, and it's kind of been their face of the company. Multi-time world champion there. Has had really great matches, most of them being the signature deathmatch style that he really liked, which is the heavy weapons, heavy blood flow, just
Seth trying desperately
the beautiful mess of blood and weapons and gore. It's kind of his favorite style of wrestling, that. But if you like that stuff, good for you. It's not for me. Like, I like it on occasion, because sometimes I want to see some, like, blood like that, but other times I'm like, no. Nope, I'm good with my little just, oh, his head's cut open. And yeah, this is the DQ finish, right? Because he didn't release the hold. Oh, okay, he did release the hold.
It just shows you how long
so I just crazy. I thought that was
this match.
I could have sworn he won this match. Oh, right, he did win the match via DQ, but you gotta win via pinfall or submission half the time in these things. You can't win. You gotta give him that definitive win.
Motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked
is exactly what we are going to do.
Well, the oxygen
after
slowly
a
circulating through
quick
Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing has pushed the tribal chief past his boiling point.
To put him in the corner. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, super finisher. That's right. Counted that to win. We're done here.
Makes the cover. And Reigns retains the title.
That's it. I will see y'all Sunday for the next episode of Sonic Colors, which is going to be episode 16. And I think that's going to be the finale. See y'all then.
Roman Reigns has finally done it. Finally earned that title defense against Seth Rollins. Finally exercised the ghost of the Shield.
It looks like a huge weight has been lifted from the shoulders of the tribal chief. Roman